Well, let me start here. You guys have already wrestled. You guys able to? You guys were one of the first teams to actually wrestle on the first night that you guys were able to. Looked like a thriller over Augustana College. What walk me through that duel last night. What was the energy like in the building? I mean, it looked like it was a fun little back and forth. There were kind of waves of momentum there. What was it like?
Oh man, it was electric. The fans came out and supported, which was sweet. We had a big showing from the student body. Was awesome. I mean, I don't want to say we were sell out because there was still room in the stands, but filled that up about as much as we possibly could, I think. Augustana, obviously, they're from the area as well, so their fans showed up. I mean, it was electric. Anytime anything happened, the crowd just erupted. My voice is gone still. Like, man, it was electric. It was fun, man. It was a way to start the program off in the right way. It was big for the Quad Cities, right? I think the community really appreciated it. It was fun.
Absolutely. There were 6 total pins, I think, in last night's duel, but Mick walks out there and gets the first one. How cool was that to get off on the right foot and to, first duel back in quite a long time for you guys as a program, and boom, right out of the gate, there's a pin.
Yeah, no, it was sweet. Mick is the man. He's awesome. I had a relationship with him from Montana. That's kind of how I got him to come out here from the same town as the town that I just left from Havre, Montana, where I was at MSU Northern before. He's from the same town. Got him out here. That kid has so much upside. He's so talented. He came out, set the tone for the duel. And I think it showed, right? He sets the tone, didn't wrestle like a freshman, right? He kind of came out a little flat at the beginning, gave up the first takedown, but just poured it on, stayed composed, comes up with a big fall, and then it just snowballed after that. It was, and then Augustana kind of got on a roll there for a little bit too, but man, it was a good time. Mix the man.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys get the win to start the year. How important is that? First day you guys can compete, you go out, you get a win. It's a hard fought win. How important is that to just kind of, what you want this season to ultimately become, right? You get off on the right foot.
Yeah. No, I think it kind of like what you said, it just set the tone for the season. Every guy up and down the lineup, win or loss, they all wrestled really hard. I think that was the most important. The kind of the theme of this year is, what do we have to lose, right? We're a new school, new program. 9 out of the 10 guys in the lineup have never wrestled a college match. So it's like, guys, we literally have nothing to lose. Let's go out there and let it fly, right? Go have some fun, go score some points. And we did that last night. And if we can continue to do that, I mean, we got a lot of upside. So this was a perfect little stepping stone, right? We still got a lot of work to do, but it set the tone for the season for sure.
Absolutely. No, you guys have already competed. Those of us that know wrestling, it's not like the first month of the season is the first time you've gotten eyes on these guys. You guys are working all year round. What do you like about this team coming into this year? Really young team, right? Because of the new program. But, it seems like you got a good mix of Iowa, Illinois guys, a handful of other guys, like you said, Montana, some Nevada guys that have come in. What do you like about this team?
They're goobers. I think that's the best way to describe it. It was kind of hard with the recruiting, right? Because we didn't really have a room yet. We didn't have, at the beginning of it was just me, so we didn't have an established coaching staff. We had some local guys. Some of the guys know each other, but they're kind of all over the place. So they took it upon themselves to create a Snapchat group, and they were talking amongst themselves kind of all summer. So when they got here, they kind of already had an established relationship with most of the guys. And they just like to be together and have a good time. Shoot, the first week that they were on campus, they went and played. There's a softball or a airsoft gun place here in town where they can go shoot each other with airsoft guns. Normally what are freshmen doing as right when you get away from school, right? Or get away from mom and dad, everybody knows what they're doing. No, those guys are out playing airsoft guns. They're like, coach, come shoot us with airsoft guns. I'm like, yeah, probably not going to do that. But that's, they're just goobers that like to have a good time. They come in and they work hard. I don't have to yell at them a whole lot. it's just they like being in the room. I have to kick them out of the room sometimes. So I mean, it works out. It works out great.
Absolutely. I mean, you kind of hit on something I'm always curious about for programs that are kind of really starting from the ground up. What is kind of the recruiting pitch to guys who maybe haven't been in the area or they don't really know what to expect coming to a brand new program? Like, how do you sell guys on, hey, you're going to be the first ones here. It might be a little rocky, but we could do something special if you buy in.
I think part of it is you just sell the dream, right? It's like you get to be the first guy. This hasn't been done. You get to kind of establish what this program's going to look like. We're still looking for an identity. I didn't think our identity was going to be a team that's going to have a really high gas tank. Last night, that won us a lot of matches and kept us in some matches. So, hey, maybe that's what our identity is. So that was kind of, the big pitches is, look, 15 years down the road, you can look back and go, I started that. What you guys are doing now is what I started that. And this is the culture and this is the way that St. Ambrose wrestling is. That was because of the class that we came in and we established the way that was. And you just kind of sell that dream. Like, look, we can do this. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but we can do this together. I think that was the big pitch. And I got the right guys to come in, at least so far. Undefeated, baby.
There you go. Hey, you got to hang on to that.
Yeah. Retire on top.
There you go. You guys also, the other thing that I found intriguing, just kind of poking around, a lot of competitions in November. I know some programs maybe like to ease their way in. Some people like to, ramp it up in December before you hit a break midway through. You guys are right out of the gate. You're hitting the mat quite a bit. Various open tournaments, lots of duels. What was kind of the idea behind that? Just to kind of see what you had in these guys early, or what was your thoughts?
I mean, we have a lot of duels, and my big pitch on that was like I said, we have 9 out of our 10 guys in the starting lineup. We have 1 guy out of our 23-man roster who've ever wrestled a college match. So I'm like, there's gonna be bumps and bruises as a freshman. Like, you're gonna take losses. You're gonna go through a slump. Well, let's just front load it and let's go learn how to wrestle in college. Like, college wrestling, that adjustment, it has to get done. So let's go get it done. Right? Let's get you out on the matches. I mean, these kids are 18, 19 years old. Their bodies aren't going to break. You can put 30 matches on a freshman, and it's not a big deal. You're not putting 30 matches on a 24-year-old, but you can put them on an 18-year-old. And that was kind of my experience when I was a freshman. Was I wrestled a lot of matches, and it helped me grow a lot. I took a lot of losses, but at the end of the year, it kind of paid off. So that was kind of my mentality this year. Was like, hey, we got a lot of guys that don't have the matches, so we just got to go get them.
Absolutely. I know you guys already got a duel under your belt. A lot more obviously coming this month, but who are you looking forward to seeing more as the season progresses? Like, who has you, after watching them in the room the last few months, who really has you excited about kind of their potential coming into this season?
I'm really excited to get Nick Mathis on the mat. He's been banged up. He would have had a potential to be our starter at 149 this year for this first duel, kind of banged up on his knee. That kid is a workhorse. I'm really, really excited to see where he's at. I don't think we're going to roll him out this weekend. Maybe next weekend for the Grandview Open might be his debut. That kid's got a lot of upside. I'm excited to get him on the mat. I'm excited to see where Mick continues to progress. I mean, that kid he beat last night is tough, and he wrestled him really tough. I mean, Matt Robertson, that kid's established. He's tough. I want to see him continue to grow. And I mean, I can go up and down the lineup, man. I'm excited. I just want to see all these guys kind of get on the mat and compete, because there's a lot of questions on where we're at. Like, first duel, we don't have anybody established, so it's gonna be kind of figuring out who the guy is up until, it could be up until conference. We don't know. So.
Absolutely. I think one of the last questions I had for you, Coach, is what are you kind of hoping to see, as a first year program? Last night was super exciting, but what are you kind of hoping to see as the season unfolds? What are you maybe hoping to learn? What do you kind of want to see, whether it's individually or as a program? How do you want to see them progress over the course of the season?
I think last night, kind of, if we can keep that fight and that energy, I think that's where we'll grow. So that's kind of what I'm looking for is especially when you start getting, like you said, into December, into January, where it start like that, those months get hard. Can we come with that same fight? Can we come with that same energy? Because that's when wrestling gets hard. And if we can keep that, man, this team's, who knows where we could be. So that's kind of my goal and what we've been preaching. Like I said at the beginning, is we don't got anything to lose, right? Everything to gain. So if we just go out, go score points, have fun, I mean, that's all up. It's all down here from there, I guess, right? So, I don't know, man.
That's
It's
awesome.
it's a trip. Last night was wild. I'm still kind of coming down from that one.
Well, hey, hopefully you can keep that the rest of the season.
Hey, undefeated. Let's do it. Let's let it roll.
I love it. I think that was everything we needed from you, Coach, unless there was something else you wanted to add.
No, I mean, thank you guys for doing this. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be in the Hart Conference. They are the gold standard, I think, when you have programs like Grandview, Baker, Missouri Valley, and there's so many more that you get to compete against just to try to qualify for the national tournament. It makes your conference really, really special. So thank you guys for adding us in for an affiliate member. I appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you guys in the future.